Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's review of the B Show, SmackDown, with the B Team. I'm joined by Zam and Gaz. How are you guys doing today?
Doing all right.
Yeah, B stands for blue.
Oh, yeah. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it means. That's what CM Punk and Roman Reigns meant on Monday too. Is the B brand, the blue brand, the secondary show. Anyway,
yeah, where
I'm
the
hosting
WWE title is, just so you people know.
Yeah, I know, right? The main WWE title. To be fair.
Yeah.
Honestly, so this week, so what we were doing is this week I had been really sick, so I was originally not going to do Raw. I happened to be able to jump on, but I did tell the boys that I would be able to do this week's SmackDown. And honestly, I was kind of excited to do SmackDown. I like SmackDown a lot, and this episode here reminded me of why I like SmackDown, because we literally got double and almost a half matches on one SmackDown than we did on Raw. So like we had 3 matches on Raw. This week on SmackDown we had 7 matches, which is I mean, I'm sorry, like you can't, that is awesome. So I am a little envious. I can't do SmackDown every week, but I'll leave it to the Blue Brand boys. Anyway, Zam, Gaz, how you guys doing? What did you think of this week's SmackDown? Overall thoughts?
It was an average show. I mean, don't get me wrong. There was 1 or 2 decent matches. I think the opener and the ending was reasonably good. But everything else in between was just here and there. What you expect from a television show now.
Okay, Gaz.
I agree. There's a couple of points, and we'll get to those in a moment, where it's like, why are we doing this 3 different times? Like, the big one was McIntyre coming out 3 different times to try and do Flaming a promo. And the first 2 times he gets Flaming interfered with. And like, if that happens to me, I'm not coming out a 3rd time.
I actually disagree with you. I think that was good in like episodic storytelling, because Drew McIntyre has got this feud with Cody Rhodes and Jacob Fatu. He's trying to come out twice, and he gets jumped by each of them each time, and then he finally gets his time to talk at the end of the show. They used to do that in wrestling. They used to have like actual storylines that encompassed an episode, a Monday night on Nitro or a Monday night on Raw, and they really have they've really gotten away from that. This was a good way of doing storytelling for this episode that progressed their storyline, in my opinion.
It's a 3-hour show as well. It's a good way to use the runtime.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right, so let's just jump right into the program. So as we just talked about, Drew McIntyre was going to kick off the show by coming out, and then Cody Rhodes jumps him, and then as Wade Barrett says, Drew scampered off with Cody doing his normal yelling in the ring and getting booted from the arena afterwards. This was kind of your typical start to the show. Like I agree with you that it was kind of just like, oh, here's Cody Rhodes jumping Drew McIntyre and screaming in the ring again. You want to do this, baby? Let's do this. Like, I'm like, okay, Cody, thank you so much. Now we know why you're called. What did he? Rashawn? Is that what he calls himself? Or that's what his nickname is? Because it's a
something like that.
Basically,
I didn't get it. It's a joke that hasn't gone across the pond too well, I'm afraid.
I don't know either. I think he got a nickname in the back because he's probably got a big penis. That's what I took from that. But I'm like, okay, great, but like you're still not going to be the main event of WrestleMania because everybody's looking at CM Punk and Roman Reigns. But still, I still think Drew McIntyre is a better champion. Huh?
Night one. It'll be main event night 1.
No, I think Roman Reigns and CM Punk is main event night 2. I think
that's what I'm saying. They'll be main event night 1.
Okay,
sure.
And that's fine, as I said. But anyway, so I mean, so typical. What did you guys think of this opening to the show? Anything stand out to you?
It's basically the same thing with Cody, and the thing is that I was hoping that we were going to get like kind of like a darker edge to him, because like since the stuff he's been having with Fatu, I thought that's where we were going. I thought that's the direction they were going in, which is that we're going to see a darker side of him. Because like, in Fatu would be like kind of like building tension and stuff like that, and like Drew McIntyre's kind of been like the third party in that, and it's stuff like that. It's like, come on, like Cody should be the heel in this whole flaming fiasco. He should be the guy that we all don't like, because like I like Drew McIntyre and I like Jacob Fatu. And the thing is that Cody's is probably the best when he's at heel. Like as a face, he can be so generic, but as a heel, he's got such.
But WWE needs that generic character, and I'm not saying I like it. I'm just saying they do. Like they need that generic, sells the merch character. Like and honestly, I think that's Jey Uso for them is a generic, sells the merch, because Jey Uso's merch sells like hotcakes. You know what I mean? I think so. I don't know.
I understand what you're trying to say, boss man, but like you can't just switch around like that. Like
no. I'm not saying do it straight away. I'm saying this when he lost the title to Drew, and Jacob's the one who cost it him. That's all the impetus you need to turn heel. And I'm not saying do it straight away. I'm saying like this is like you can have a darker edge. It's like I blame you, Fatu, and I'm gonna put you in a hospital. Like there's people who can understand that, and you use that, and you start putting in like different like heel traits.
How are you gonna turn Drew McIntyre face? Like it's like
just having been the fact that he's been honest about the fact that he's not the one who attacked Jacob, and basically make it from Cody Rhodes. There you go. You make him famous super heel there.
It's just that he kicked him at the Royal Rumble, and.
Yeah, and honestly, that brings up the fact that I always say is that I don't think somebody in the Rumble, like somebody outside the Rumble, can get somebody in the Rumble eliminated. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I agree with that.
I don't even know. I think,
but you also get people who are eliminating people as well. Hogan famously did that to Sid Justice.
Yeah.
And he stayed a face, by the way.
Yeah, like once you're eliminated, I hate it when it's like somebody gets eliminated and they run back in the ring and then they eliminate the other that person, and it's like that person was eliminated. Like that shouldn't count, in my opinion. I hate that fact. I guess if you look at Cody's though, Cody was already on the outside of the ropes, right? And then he was skinning the cat back in, and then Drew kicked him, and then he fell out. So I mean,
supporting arm. And
yeah, so, I mean, I don't know if technically he fell out, but like it's not like Drew like quote unquote eliminated him. But at the same time, I feel like that shouldn't have counted. Like I hate that fact when they do that. Like, when somebody not in the Rumble eliminates somebody in the Rumble. So I think that's the stupidest thing ever, and I think it's dumb and it should not happen anymore. Okay. You guys got anything else about Zam, do you say anything about no, you
I didn't mind this opening promo. It's like it was a surprise to see Cody do what he did, and he spoke his mind. Then he went home early. It's Bash Bosh. He's probably doing interviews and maybe spending some time with the kids. Who knows? But still, he did what he had to do, and it'll be intriguing to see where we go from here. Elimination Chamber and all of that.
Yep.
I never felt. Sorry, go on. You want to read it?
I can, yeah. I never felt Raw was superior to SmackDown, even when they pulled that back in the original draft in the early 2000s. I agree. SmackDown has always been the superior wrestling show. Raw was usually more storyline, and SmackDown was more wrestling. I like both. I like wrestling. Let's be perfectly clear.
The issue with both shows is that Raw is always like, unfortunately. I mean, no, I don't want to say unfortunately, but after every big pay-per-view, Mania, Rumble, whatever, it is Monday Night Raw. Like, okay, what's the aftermath? That's the show for the aftermath.
Yeah.
And even though the brands are split, there's so much time has passed by the time we get to fucking SmackDown. It just doesn't necessarily feel the same. But SmackDown obviously is the go-home show before the pay-per-view. And at least it has that going for it.
That's why I think they should have like super shows, like before and after pay-per-views, like SmackDown Super Show, where like you can have everybody.
The brands. Yeah.
Like it merges brands, like the SmackDown Super Show before a pay-per-view, and then the Raw, the Raw Super Show afterwards is the aftermath. But like everybody can be there. You know what I mean? Like all all champions, all it's a super show weekend, and then just do it like that.
They got
But
3 hours to fill fucking by the show before the pay-per-view. They could just dominate it with storylines and build up and
I mean,
whatever.
honestly, like the Raw afterwards, you only have to touch on the storylines that were at the pay-per-view, the world, the WWE title, the whatever feud was going on. Like, you don't have to like have all the SmackDown like people there, but you need to at least have like the main players of that pay-per-view from the weekend before on that Raw. Just like the Raw before the pay-per-view or the SmackDown before the pay-per-view, you can have all the major storylines. Something happened that takes place at that SmackDown before the go home show or before the actual pay-per-view. So I think the Super Show weekend idea is actually a good idea. I just I don't know, they're stuck on this brand split thing. It's like, I like the brand split like in theory, but like sometimes in execution it needs to be a little bit looser, I think.
Yeah,
I mean, but the thing is that like you've got to keep people interested, and the thing is that like WWE's storylines haven't been cutting it recently, and that's what I'm saying. Like, something new, something interesting, something that you've built could do that.
Okay.
But the wrestling content on the show has been really good, so let's go into that. So
yeah, we definitely need the wrestling content. Okay, so we move on to our first match, which is Rio versus Giulia and Kiana James. Which
it's not Giulia, it's Julia.
Julia, sorry, Julia. I have it in here with GUI.
Yeah, Julia with a G.
She's from Japan. Well,
Giulia.
She's Japanese, but she's also mixed race.
Yeah,
but she's Japanese.
So anyway, actually, I enjoyed this tag match. This was should it have been a title match? Probably not, because I don't feel like these two have really earned a title shot. Now, maybe if you wanted to put them in a non-title match and it'd be like, if you win this match, you can get a title shot. Like I'm always okay with those like non-title matches against the champions where like, if you do a good job or even win the match, you can earn yourself a title shot. Or you could have just put like this could have. Now I know that this wouldn't have worked this week because Lash Legend was another match, but Giulia and Kiana James versus like Nia Jackson, Lash Legends. Like, those are the two like big tag teams on SmackDown right now. So you could have those two having a number one contenders match. But anyway, this match was still really good, whether it was title, non-title, whatever. I thought it was really good. The only thing that really stuck out to me is that, did anybody notice that the blind tag between Kiana James and Giulia was and then the match just kind of like completely, the ref completely forgot about? Like, there was a blind tag when like Rhea Ripley had, I think it was Kiana James up over her head. Is it Giulia or Julia?
It's Julia. It's Julia. You gotta stop saying Giulia. It's Julia.
I know, I have it spelled with a G, and I know. Okay, so Julia then tags herself, and the ref even acknowledges it. I saw his hand do the tag thing, and I'm like, oh, okay, so and then all of a sudden they go to try to pin Kiana James, and they go for a 3 count. And I'm like, now wait a minute, I thought Julia was legal. So anyway, I thought it was interesting. I thought this was a good match. Zam, what did you think of this one?
I thought this was one of 2 very good matches in the show. The 2 standout matches. This show was bookended by 2 good matches, and this was one of them. I thoroughly enjoyed. It got better and better as it went along, and so But when you expect like the talent on the show, I think Kiana James is quite underrated so far. I don't see anything wrong with her.
Well, I think it's sorry.
I just was going to say, I think honestly she's improved a lot in a short span. Like I saw some matches of hers like last year even, and like they were pretty bad, but like what I saw in the ring today was actually really good. So I'm like, and at the Rumble too, I was like, so either she's put in the effort to get really good in a short amount of time, or maybe I just saw some bad matches, but I also heard she was bad back then. So take what you want from it. Go ahead, boss man.
No, I was going to say is like, I think that it's just that the gimmicks they're giving Kiana James isn't really doing it for her. Like, she needs to have a different one than the sort of like press secretary for Julia that she seems to be doing. And I think if she just challenged the sort of like boss bitch energy that she has, that could be a great heel character.
Well, she's getting there. She's
Yeah, no. I do agree with what you're saying, Chill. She's getting better in the ring every time I see her.
All right, Sam, were you finished with the
yeah.
match?
I'm done.
Okay,
I'm done.
Boss Man, do you have anything else to say about the match?
I'm done as well.
Okay, do you guys rate the matches over on here on SmackDown?
No, we tend to rate the
We rate
The show? Okay.
yeah.
So anyway, good match. I am not gonna. Then we go into our second match. I didn't jot down every single promo that happened or anything like that. But so if there's like a promo that I missed, you guys want to talk about, just jump in. But the next match that I have is Miz and Carmelo Hayes in a non-title match. Now I know prior to this that they were backstage and Ilya Dragunov was talking to the Miz, and then Carmelo jumped in. I know the history between the Miz and Carmelo Hayes. I like this promo and I like this match because it's really establishing Carmelo Hayes as this solidified U.S. champion. My one question is the U.S. Open Challenge over now? Because it sounds like it is.
No, he's gonna give Dragunov, who's kind of been lost in the mix actually recently. Like he'd been obsessed with that title instead of maybe doing other stuff. But regardless, he had to deal with the Miz, but he refused to give Miz a title shot.
Which
he just wanted to fight him on that particular occasion. So next week, he'll fight Dragunov.
He got Dragunov the title last week, I think it was.
So he wanted to put, and I thought to myself, well, this is a good opportunity for Miz to get a win without winning the title. But that wasn't the case.
Yeah, I know, right? My only note on here is that it was a good match. Unfortunately, the Miz losing streak continues. But yeah, like this was a really good match. I love how like you were saying that like the first match and the last match were really good. I thought like yes, this match was a bit shorter, but there was a lot of good stuff in this match.
Yeah, it was
like
the
Miz
match.
Well, Hayes seems to be it always seems like the US title match, no matter who's held it for the last 2 years at least, has been the best match on the program. Like when it was Sami Zayn, it was that. When it was Fabian Dragunov, it was that. And now with the Carmelo Hayes, it seems like the US title matches are the best matches on the show.
Oh, yeah, and I like what Zam actually said. He said the US title is more like the cruiserweight title. Those are the matches you want to tune in for really good high paced action.
Fast paced, high flying.
I see what you mean.
I mean, yeah. So, but yeah, Zam pointed that out a couple weeks ago, and I was like, that's actually a really good point. But yeah, so I mean, but I thought for what it was, I thought it was a good match, and I'm one of those that are like, I watch Main Event every week. I think that those like short like good matches, the show Main Event on YouTube.
Yeah, I know.
It's like 35 minutes, and you get 3 good matches.
It's the Sunday night heat of today, you know. So.
Yeah. So yeah, but I actually like I actually I like it. So all right, anything else about that match? I don't know if both of you had a chance to talk or not.
No.
Carmelo Hayes goes over, which is fine. Great finish. I like the roll through of the skull crushing finale into the what does he call it? The sky high? No, I don't know. I call it the code breaker, but he calls it something else. I don't remember.
I can't remember what it was called.
It's not his finisher, but it's good that he got a win out of it, which is good.
Yeah, and he didn't have to do it like 4 times.
Yeah.
So the next note I have here is on the backstage segment with Tiffany Stratton coming back. Chelsea comes in and she does her thing where she just steals the show. Like she just steals the promo. I love her.
This is where WWE are missing a trick right now because there's nothing wrong in Tiffany Stratton. She's a decent wrestler and all of that, but you got to listen to your audience sometimes, and everyone loves Chelsea Green.
I have some notes on that in the match next, but yeah, I agree with you.
I mean, Sam, did you hear what Fabian, what's his name, Michael Hayes said, where he said that?
Oh, yeah, we already did a whole video on it. Are you not watching NerdTube videos? What is wrong with you?
I am. I just think it's just ridiculous. It's like
he's an idiot.
But it reminds me of what I don't want to get too clear, but it reminds me of when Donald Trump told that reporter, "I never see you smile," you know, and all that. Say like, "You fucking misogynistic fucker, man." You know what I mean? Why don't you smile? You know, shit like that. You know, 10 years you be reporting on me and you never smile. You know, fucking dickhead. Yeah, I'm not surprised he's part of that old school era, man. So he needs to go. By the way, Michael Hayes, he needs to go. People like Pritchard, Michael Hayes, some of these old school fuckers who and ideas, they need to go.
I agree. I 100% agree. So going in, then that leads into the next match where it's Lash Legends versus Chelsea Green versus Tiffany Stratton for the Elimination Chamber qualifier match. This was a pretty good match. I really like it. I love how Nia Jax was playing Catch the Superstar the entire match because she caught like 3 different people going over the top rope. Like she was always like there to catch people like with someone else, you know.
I knew Tiffany Stratton was going to win, which made me upset because I'm not saying that people like, you know, I know Chelsea Green obviously needs her flowers as well, but Lash Legend, like, she should be she should also be in the chamber.
Well, I actually have some thoughts on that though. My thought is maybe what they'll do for the last spot in the Rumble or in the chamber.
Losers match.
Yeah, like a loser's battle royal, like all the people who lost are in a battle royal, and then the one person who, you know, wins that battle royal gets that last spot. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, you know, it gives everybody, like, it gives you a chance to, like, yeah, you put Tiffany Stratton over, but then it also gives Lash Legend and Chelsea Green a chance to actually get
Why
that
do you call
spot.
Chelsea? Her name is Chelsea.
Chelsea, I know. I spell it. I think there's an A at the end of her name.
That's how you spell Chelsea. The football club called Chelsea.
I know it is. I just
Chelsea Flower Show, the area of Chelsea.
I pronounced it phonetically. I'm sorry. It's just stuck in my brain. Anyway, so and I even put a note here that said that all 3 women deserve to be in the chamber. I feel like all 3 of these women deserve to be in there.
I agree.
I love that the crowd was still chanting Chelsea like throughout the whole match. Like you could hear them, the crowd chanting Chelsea.
And WWE will totally ignore them.
Yep.
Because you see, because WWE, even though Vince McMahon isn't, still have his attitude of, I know better than you do, goddammit. Yeah, like that attitude, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I mean, that's right. And then the last thing I have on here is that I hate that all triple threats and fatal 4-ways are no DQ because there was a point where I think Nia Jax pulled somebody out like to save Lash from being pinned, which whatever, but like I hate the fact that blatant interference just can happen during this kind of triple threat and fatal 4-way. I'm like, why are these automatically no DQ matches?
Like, why any match here which is not a 1-on-1 or a tag team match a fucking, you know, a no DQ is just crazy.
Yeah, like the no DQ matches you're supposed to build them up as that. It's not supposed to be, hey, there's a triple threat, so it's automatically no DQ. It's like, no, you can build it up as a no disqualification triple threat match, but not every single triple threat match should be no disqualification. I don't understand the reasoning behind that.
Yeah, and a lot of the times these matches are not played like that. Like if there's no DQ, they should be grabbing chairs and tables and fuck knows what. You know, and
I know
not doing any of that.
It makes no sense to me. That's why I'm just so then why didn't I mean I know that Elba Fire was getting involved early in the match, but she wasn't like doing anything crazy. You know, like she got up on the apron and then she got kicked and so like, you know, it was until like Nia Jax came in that, you know, that actually the interference happened, you know, like where she actually physically interfered in the match. And I'm like, I was just kind of like, I don't like that rule. And that's another dumb thing in the new era of WWE that I, you know, since I've started watching again, that I'm just like, why? Boss Man, what do you think?
I agree. It's just like nobody gets over these crappy matches to me. And then like they bring new people in. It's like, look, I like Jordan Grace, but like, should she be getting the push that she's getting this early? I disagree. It's like Ferry, the push he's getting. Look, and Trick Williams. Look, I've got nothing against those guys. Those guys are great. It's just that they need to make the. Look, and this is Wrestling Logic 101. This is not nothing against them as people. It's people need to grow to care about these people.
Yeah, but here's the other thing, though, is that, Boss Man, I'm going to push back on you a little bit. The WWE, and you're right, I'm not disagreeing with you, but the WWE have written themselves in a corner because of all these legends and stuff like that stepping back and retiring. And now none of these people like Trick Williams and Oba Femi and all these people that should have been built, Jordan Grace, that should have been built up over the past couple years, now have to be thrusted into the main event because there's holes now.
They got some NXT notoriety, which is at least something, and people like Trick Williams. I don't think he's main eventing, but I do feel that him and Randy Orton are going to cross paths in the single. I think Trick Williams will be fighting Randy Orton at WrestleMania.
I think that'd be a good match.
I think that'll be a good match as well.
And I think Randy Orton will put him over. Yeah,
let's hope.
Let's hope so. But the point I was making is that, though, to you fellas, is that people need to, like, what is Trick Williams' character? If you don't watch NXT, which I watch it individually, what is his character? Why should I care?
Well, they're having the MCU problem where it's like you have to watch all of WWE programming just to understand what's going on, from this one character.
Too much,
yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, I agree with you, boss man, but that's why these people are getting thrusted into the limelight, and we're kind of lost with something. Like Trick Williams, like, yeah, I don't know much about him because I didn't watch NXT. So it's like, and I agree with you. Like when they come in, they need to get like NXT is almost like the mid card now. Like you do your mid card grind through NXT, and then when you're ready to come up to the main roster, then all of a sudden they think that you're main event material. You know what I mean? Like I don't agree with it, but that's how they're treating it.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous though. Like because the thing is that you've got probably double the audience that you have on SmackDown Raw that you have for NXT. So you're introducing these people to a new audience that maybe don't watch NXT.
No,
so
I agree.
And the thing is that they don't care. And the thing is that that's going to hurt these people in the long run when they put them into feuds with people that they do care about. They're going to get lost in the shuffle.
Well, the audience are pretty hardcore because when fucking Trick Williams coming out, they're going, fuck that bitch, whoop that trick, whatever the fuck they're saying.
Whoop that clip.
Yeah, all that. So they know who this guy is. Just on that alone, So at least the audience, in my opinion, which can obviously help elevate the match with their interactions, at least they know their shit, which is good.
Hey, Daniel Vance, welcome to the stream.
I mean, even like Joe Henry when he came on, like the fucking fans lost their shit at Royal Rumble and WrestleMania last year.
Yeah, and they knew who he was. Like they knew the whole song and everything.
These are wrestling. They're not. I mean, I can't speak for you, Bossman, but they're definitely not me and Cheeto, who are a bit more fair weathered nowadays. You know what I mean?
Well, I watch everything. I have to, but the thing is that even I don't know everything about Trick Williams, and I watched.
No doubt. But I do feel that not everyone, but a fair few people in those crowds, they're hardcore, man. That's why they go to. That's why they go. Yeah, because
I spent $200 for a flaming up there. So yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
But again, that's why I say WWE's written themselves in a corner because they've got, as I said, they've got all these people retiring, and even when people get injured, I mean, you've got people that are in, like Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is injured right now. He's a pretty big player. Over on SmackDown, like I mean, you've got. I don't even know. I can't even tell you who's been injured and stuff like that. But like you've got these holes and now they're bringing these people in and they're thrusting them in the main event. But that's because they have all these holes now. So I agree, boss man. I agree with you. I'm of the old school thought too. Like Chris Jericho, like Christian, like Eddie Guerrero. They come in, they get the tag titles, the Intercontinental title, and then they move into the world title scene.
For a start, I don't think they'd be main eventing just anything. I mean, Trick Williams is flirting around certain things, and he might main event an episode of SmackDown, but that doesn't mean shit when it comes.
Yeah, but he's already pushing Drew McIntyre's buttons. I don't think he's going for the title like now. But
Trick Williams.
Yeah, Trick Williams. You didn't see him on SmackDown when he was talking to Drew McIntyre in the aisleway. I'm just
I just. It's minor interactions, like you got Obafemi coming in, but like he's not really doing much either. He's just like squashing a few people just to elevate himself. It's no different to when Brock Lesnar first came in, and then anybody who fight would just smash him to pieces. They're building him up. This is no different.
We'll get into what I think of that.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that Trick Williams and them, they're definitely coming in. I think they're coming in above mid card. Like they're definitely being pushed above mid card, like maybe in that in between, like higher than mid card, but below main eventer at that point. Which, as I said, they start down here and they work up from the tag, and then the mid card, and then the or vice versa,
and then they're going to eventually lose a match, and then we'll see what happens. So
yeah, well, and as I said, we'll see. All right. So at the end, Tiffany Stratton wins World's Prettiest Moonsault. She almost loses her top as per usual, because that seems to be an all the time thing for her. She needs to just learn how to use boob tape. Next is I don't know. I'm very split on this next part. Obafemi versus Kit Williams. Of course, Kit Williams comes out and he does his his whole toxic thing. I think,
and he's getting cheers, by the way.
I was about to say he is getting cheers, and I have the note here about the fans chanting toxic whenever he was saying it. So like they have some of these talented guys that are actually, and I'm actually, Kit Williams is actually good on Kit Wilson is actually good on the mic. I think he's really good.
Yeah, he's good, man. I mean,
and he should be a jobber. That's what I'm saying. Like the jobber
shouldn't be a jobber. I think they should try to get him in the mid card title scene. Get the US, get him in a feud for the US title.
Yeah, because apparently, he's the one who came up with that. Well, with ideas for his character, came up with the ideas for his music and all that sort of stuff. It's like the guys.
Well, when you're part of Pretty Deadly and all of that, those are his ideas.
The female singer and stuff like that.
As an individual.
And that's what I'm saying. Like this guy's like. I mean, I'm not 100% behind the whole toxic masculinity thing, but at least it's something. At least it's a character. At least it's something.
It's a gimmick, man. Like I take it as the gimmick that it is. Like, and I mean,
the right to censor and all that shit is no different.
Yeah, it's just a gimmick. Like, I mean, and the crowd's behind it. Like that's the goal, is to get the crowd behind you. But here's my thing with the WWE, just like Chelsea Green, and I'm saying it right now, they're going to not listen to the crowd when everybody's chanting toxic whenever they're cued, and I think, and so that's my problem, is that Obafemi comes out, and I mean, look, I get it. Obafemi, they're trying to get him over. I just don't think squashing Kit Wilson is probably the best thing for Kit Wilson. I think that Obafemi should be, jobbing like locals, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like, if they just keep jobbing Kit Wilson out, it's a disservice, because he's actually putting the work in, and he's actually pretty talented. He wasn't even in the Rumble, because I don't know if it's because of the gimmick that he's been portraying, but it's like, then just kind of have him act normal in the Rumble while he's in Riyadh.
It's crazy, because neither he or fucking Finn Balor are in the Rumble.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
So, and by the way, so the one thing I did want to note is that when Obafemi came out, did you guys notice the Oba that sounded like Goldberg?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I said, we got our Goldberg, guys.
No, I mean, look,
and he got stamina as well.
I love Obafemi, like the framing, like the entrance, the framing, the build, the framing, like he's young, man. The everything, 27.
The
aura this guy has. Look, I've got no problem with that. He just shouldn't be, he should be fed people like Kit Wilson.
No,
there are people like the Miz, feeding the Miz, feed him. I don't know. I'm trying to think of like underneath guys who are still learning their
Johnny
craft.
Gargano.
Yeah, Johnny Gargano, definitely.
Johnny Gargano, maybe guys who are just coming up from NXT that he beat before, just having say that
but unfortunately, Kit Wilson is in that, but it's just people are starting to notice the change, the reaction to him, and maybe things will differ for him in the future.
My only problem with this is that not that Kit Wilson had a match with Obafemi, it was a squash match. Like if Kit Williams would have had at least a 3 to 4 minute match, but this was 15 seconds.
Yes.
So it's like, if you gave me
I expected that too,
and I expected it, but it wouldn't have been a shocker if all of a sudden Kit Wilson was doing the Rey Mysterio thing against Obafemi, just he was using his speed and his determination to actually put forth a quasi decent match. It doesn't have to be and as I said, he doesn't even have to you can do the whole thing where it's Kit Wilson gets him on one knee or something in the crowd and he gets all excited and all that, and then the squash happens. But give us 3 to 4 minutes of Kit Wilson giving it his all rather than just getting squashed.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was kind of sad about that, but at the same time, I did notice, as I said, the Oba chance, and then Kit Wilson's actually getting over, and I'm afraid they may Zack Ryder him. That'll be my fear for him if he gets over.
I'm more worried about Heath Slatering him.
Yeah, that too.
I think that's where it's going. I think it's more Heath Slater than it is flaming.
I got kids.
Okay.
I didn't see much of Heath Slater after the Nexus because I stopped watching right around that time. So I mean, I think I know what you guys are talking about.
They jobbed him out to fucking geriatrics at one point, you know. So
but yeah, you used to like challenge everybody, and then all of a sudden, like you get like Vader, flaming Sid Justice, flaming everybody to flaming kick his ass.
Oh, that sucks. Okay. So finally, then next, Drew comes out again. Ooh, excuse me, and gets jumped by Jacob Fatu, and sorry, got the hiccups. And then Jacob gets sent home too. I mean, I get it; it's repetitive, but it also helps push the narrative. If they're doing Drew, Jacob, and Cody for WrestleMania, I'm okay with that. I kind of like that idea of the matchup.
Oh, I think so, because Drew and Cody have been done countless times, so them having a match at Mania feels quite stale.
Yeah, for them one-on-one, I think introducing Jacob Fatu into the mix is good. You know, I don't mind that, because then and honestly, I wouldn't be totally upset if they put the belt on Jacob Fatu at WrestleMania. I would not be upset at all. They got to start getting some of these young bucks up into the title picture. But yeah, this was kind of knew what was going to happen here. He gets sent home, and Drew's now, you know, nursing more.
Did you have we gone past one particular backstage segment, which was with Sami Zayn feeling sorry for himself for not winning the title and looking a bit downbeat?
I
don't have that one marked down here, so I don't know.
Talking of which, did you guys hear about that? Apparently, Sami Zayn, said to Triple H, "Can I win the WWE title?" and give him a good story for him, and Triple H just said, no, basically.
Yeah, I heard that. But that's true or not, I don't know. But I heard that story.
They don't listen to they don't listen to the fans. They don't listen. I mean, they didn't put the belt on them in 2023 because they just don't listen to the fans.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny in a way, because this year's WrestleMania, I feel like he should be involved in it in some capacity. I would make it a fatal 4-way. You know, throw him in the mix as well.
I wouldn't mind it. Yeah, we haven't had a fatal 4-way for the WWE title in
it could be
5 years.
It could be something next year they're having him in the title because with it being in Saudi Arabia and how over he is there.
Well, and if that's the plan, that's fine. Give him the belt in Saudi Arabia, but at the same time, why give him the shot at the Rumble then? You know what I mean? Start his build now. Start getting him in matches that he can, you know, long story feuds over the next year.
Don't turn him heel.
Then get him in the Rumble.
I'm so worried. I'm so worried about turning him heel. Yeah, but I don't.
That's like turning Santino Marella heel. I mean, I know Santino Marella is more of a comical character, but Sami Zayn is loved kind of the same way Santino was. They just love him. You know what I mean? No matter what. But it's if you turn him heel, that's just gonna destroy the character, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't know if we got to that point. I didn't write that one down. It must not have struck me very well, or maybe I skipped it on accident. Who was with him?
Yeah, Dragon Lee was with him, and it wasn't Dragon Lee. It wasn't Dragon Lee. It was Ray Phoenix. Yeah, and
they look the same.
And then Trick Williams came along and said, "Yeah, man, you're Charles Barkley. You're a has-been, man. You're never gonna win it." And I'm fucking Michael Jordan. You know,
yeah.
He's got a style about him, Trick Williams, that I like. He's like if black exploitation was modern day, it would be Trick Williams. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. I don't. Yeah. As I said, I kind of looked through my notes. I don't have that one on here. So but it was good we talked about it. So next up, I have Tama Tonga versus Shinsuke Nakamura. I thought this was an okay match. I just hated the finish. I think these two, because I like the strongman style that they were putting out in this match. But I just don't think Tama Tonga's there. Like I kind of equated it more to like a little bit more like Sheamus and Rusev, like not, but like more strong style rather than brawling. But at the same time, like Tama Tonga just doesn't. He's just not there for anybody right now. It's like they got to kind of build that up.
But can I ask
Nakamura
a
is
question?
the Nakamura is the babyface version of the Miz.
Yeah,
That's how I look at him. He's never gonna fucking win. Anyway, sorry, Busman.
Right, has the MFTs elevated anybody in the group? I mean, I don't think he's even done it for Solo Sikoa. I mean, Jeff Cobb is nowhere. Sorry, JC Mateo. Fuck, I hate that name. Has like he's one of the best like athletic professional wrestlers in the world, and they made him look like a chump. Flaming Tamatoa, Tolo, all these guys don't give two shits about them. I mean, like it's not really elevated into one group because when you're in a group, it's supposed to elevate you into mid card, if not upper card status. And has it done that for anybody? No.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and they're supposed to be feuding with the fucking White Six, so you don't even really feel that.
Over that fucking lantern.
Yeah, I think honestly the Wyatt Six thing kind of really broke in because I really enjoyed the MFTs. Like I enjoy that kind of just like that Samoan like mobster style that they got going on.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
But like, yeah, going up against the Wyatt Six just stopped all of that momentum. I'm actually glad the MFTs took the belts off of the Wyatt Six because they it's not working. The Wyatt Six are not working. They need to break that up. I don't care if they keep like Dexter Loomis and who's the other guy?
It's Joe Wade.
Yeah, I don't mind if they keep them together as a tag team, but like this whole Wyatt Six thing, it's just not working.
No,
it never will. I don't think
Nikki Cross is lost in that body shuffle as well somewhere.
Yeah, like you've got Nikki Cross in there that just has done nothing except for jump on people off of the barricade over the past 6 to 10 months.
It's not do that, but the Bloodline, go back to them, like they're supposed to be 2.0 from the old Bloodline of Roman Reigns and the Usos, and Sami Zayn and Solo. Like they don't feel remotely close to those guys. I don't expect them necessarily to do so, but you gotta feel like these guys are threatening. Like they're a mammoth bunch. They're a bunch of monsters, and they don't feel fucking scary whatsoever.
And that's kind of my It's like, and I don't want them to be the Bloodline 2.0. I like the Samoan mobster type. Have them all come out and like the kind of like the suits that like almost kind of looking like the main event mafia. You know what I mean?
But they're a mid card stable. They're not pushing anywhere. I mean, like fucking, this all happened to Solo later on in today's episode. So.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is like that they're kind of like the Judgment Day of SmackDown, but like the Judgment Day's more over than these guys are. They need something that gets them over at least. With
Judgment Day are fighting for the main titles, and they're I think he won the Rumble. Like they Finn Balor was fighting for the main title a few weeks ago in Belfast. Raquel was fighting for the main title. Like they got people like pushing to the top. These guys are fighting for the US and tag team titles, man. They don't even come. None of them feel like they're coming close to wanting to challenge someone like Drew McIntyre or Roman or CM Punk. Like they don't come anywhere. They're nowhere close to those motherfuckers.
Yeah, I mean, like the Judgment Day from 6, like after Liv left, because I think the Judgment Day really kicked it into high gear once Liv came back. I think they actually got their stuff together at that point, but. Anyway, but yeah,
Dominic was fucking fighting Cena for the Intercontinental and beat him and shit like that. I mean, they've done far more the Judgment Day than fucking this lame event fucking crappier. Where the fuck they are, man?
The mid card mafia, yeah,
mid card mafia, yeah.
But like
I mean, even called the mafia, the with all the face paint and stuff like that, they look like something out of Call of Duty or something.
Honestly, I feel like the face paints made them more generic. I honestly feel that. I feel like they've become.
Yeah, we need to be scary and tough. Let's paint our faces.
Well, no, the reason why they did that wasn't that because it's something they did in Japan that really got over. It doesn't resonate here.
It's a different culture.
Yeah, like they do that in Japan, and it's like, and some like I think what was it? Toma Tonga and Tongaloa? Were those the ones that painted their face in Japan? And
Yes.
yeah, and it got over there, but it's like, no, it's not working over here. Like it just makes them look more generic.
You have to come in from the get go with your face is painted.
Yes.
You can't just do it halfway through your thingy. It's just stupid.
Yeah.
No, I mean, because some people like paint the face with the wrestle, and it kind of gives them an aura. These guys just do it just to do it. And it's just
Well, and they're not. Their faces aren't even painted. When, like, as you saw, like on this show, like when they're not wrestling, their faces aren't painted. You know, and like remember Sting, when Sting was there, man, his face was painted almost every, like not in the latter half of his career, but like even if he was there just doing promos, his face was painted.
Yeah, and even when his face wasn't painted, he still covered his face by wearing sunglasses. Just
I know.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
So now he's got a beard, and he does the same thing they do. Like he paints his beard too. I thought that was hilarious. Okay, so anyway, so match was okay. I mean, as I said, I think it could have been way more interesting if they wouldn't have done the gimmicky finish. But
I'm not sure about Shinsuke, but just going back to him, like you know what? I think Gunter needs to pay him a call, man. You know what I mean? I think if you're gonna get future endeavored, you have to fight Gunter before you do so. You know what I mean?
Yep. I agree. Okay, so next we go to a backstage segment about Johnny Gargano is depressed. Who cares? Wasn't it like the Motor City Machine Guns?
Well, look, they were. This is what annoyed me. Like they were too afraid to bring up the obvious that Tommaso Ciampa or Ciampa, how you say his name, has gone to AEW, and they don't want to bring the.
I know, just won a belt on his first night.
Yeah, well, that was done. We can get into that some other time. That was
look, they didn't have to bring up the fact that he's gone to AEW. They have to say those words, but they could have mentioned the fact that look, your tag team partner has left you and all that. Because the other, the Machine Guns and Faxion, they're still tag teams, and there's Tony Gargano without a tag team partner. They could have mocked him for that, but no, they have to pretend that he's unconscious or whatever, and it's just so fucking stupid.
Yeah, it was very stupid.
They hate mentioning the competition. These motherfuckers. They hate mentioning them. You know, it's so stupid.
As you said, you don't have to directly mention AEW, but yeah, you can say, well, you know, your tag team partner left, his tag team partner's gone, and blah 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 blah. You know, like who cares? Like nobody cares that Ciampa went over to AEW except for AEW fans. You know what I mean? They weren't doing anything with Ciampa in WWE. He was a waste in WWE. Like, yeah, he had some good tag matches, but like he wasn't like doing anything. He's going to do far more in AEW. So
yeah, I'm happy for him. I just don't like the way WWE operate. Like they don't have competition. Like, you know, I've noticed with Cody Rhodes and CM Punk, and they know they can get away with it. They've mentioned AEW in their promos, you know, but they know they can get away with it. But these mid carders, you know, they won't let them say the obvious. Like I said before, they don't even have to mention AEW. They just have to mention that Ciampa's gone, and they couldn't even do that.
Yeah,
they're too worried. Probably worried, going, "Where's Ciampa gone? Where's Ciampa gone? Oh, he's going to AEW." I think I'm going to start watching AEW. No,
yeah,
that's not going to happen.
Forget WWE. I'm going to watch AEW now. Like,
Ciampa's there. I'm going to watch it.
Really, not somebody who's going like Christian was somebody who, when he left WWE back in the mid 2000s, drew me to TNA. Tommaso Ciampa, not so much. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And again, that's not against Tommaso Ciampa. I know he's talented, but I don't think that same aura is there. Okay, so let's talk about the next lead into the match, which is Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez come out, then Jade Cargill, then Jordan Grace all come out. They cut decent-ish promo finally with Jade Cargill. Nick Aldis then comes out and pulls a Teddy Long, and he says, "Listen, playa, I wish D Jose was here so we could do his Teddy Long. Listen, playa, we're gonna have a tag team match."
Yeah, I'm just surprised. You know, with Raquel, because you know she this week on Raw, or whatever how you want to say it. She told Liv and Roxanne not to interfere in their match, and they did. And you would have thought that would have come up. And by the way, another thing as well, like when Liv and Raquel came down, and they like instantly like, you've just gender swapped Shawn Michaels and fucking Kevin Nash. Diesel Kevin Nash, from back in the day when Diesel was his bodyguard. It just felt like that.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I 100% agree. But here's the thing with this is that Raquel was about to mention it about the elephant in the room, and then that's when Jade Cargill's music hit. So, I think that they were teasing. So I think they're obviously going to wait till Raw to talk because it's a Raw thing. So I think they were teasing it, but they were obviously they didn't want to blow their load up for a Raw storyline on SmackDown.
I mean, is Liv going to go for Jade, or she's going to go for even Vakir?
I kind of like that they're going to go for Vakir, but I actually feel like I actually like that they're drawing out Liv's decision a little bit because they went right in on Roman Reigns' decision, so I'm okay with them waiting a week or two. Yeah. But that leads us into our next match, which is Liv and Raquel versus Cargill and Grace. This is kind of your classic, rivals tag teaming together. All they had to do was put the tag titles on the line, and this would have been like your mid '90s, wrestling programming. I thought this was a good short match. I know it was a short match, but I thought this was a good short match. It progressed the story of both stories, the one from Raw, which is the Raquel and Liv story that's kind of going there, as well as the Cargill and Grace. I do agree with you guys that that Grace is getting a title shot way too early, but at the same time, they're not. There's nobody that they're really presenting as a threat to Cargill except for Grace. So I don't think Grace should win, but it's definitely fine that she's getting a title shot next week. But I also love
Jordan Grace. I mean, Jordan Grace is great. I mean, she's great TNA. It's she's only been WWE. I mean, Holly. I don't think she's even been there a year yet. So NXT and everything. So
look at Vakir. Vakir was only there for less than a year, and then she moved up to the main roster. And within 10 months, I think she had the world title.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean,
I think Grace should be feuding with someone like Julia.
I agree.
Title,
I do. I agree.
Julia's a heel. Jordan Grace is a face.
Yep.
Make it happen.
Yeah, I 100. But again, this goes back to the WWE's problem of they don't have anyone up in that upper card right now who is challenging Jade Cargill that's legitimate.
We're all in fucking tag teams.
Huh?
We're all in fucking tag teams right now. Yeah,
I know. That's what I mean. That's what I've been saying on Raw is all these tag teams. I do love though Wade Barrett coining the phrase "Big Mommy Cool." I know that mommy's kind of a Rhea Ripley thing.
Have you not heard that? Is that the first time you heard that?
That's the first time I've heard that one. Now, maybe is it a SmackDown?
They've said that a fair few times.
No, they've called her Big Sexy. They've called her Big Sexy Cool.
I know that they have used her as a female. They kind of made her resemble the female Kevin Nash.
I know she's been leaning into a lot of the Kevin Nash stuff because obviously
female Diesel, to be more precise.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
So,
I agree. I if they've said it before, I haven't noticed it, but yeah. So I mean, you guys have any thoughts on this match? I mean, as I said, it was a good quick match. It was more of a story-driven match, and that's fine.
It was just there to. It wasn't a match to be a match. It was a match, to create story and shit like that between all these various characters. It was bollocks, to tell you the truth.
I thought it was nice. I thought it was good. Boss man,
stop playing with your joystick.
Yeah, I know he's.
Boss man,
what are you doing?
Hello, boss man. Mate, he's fucking on something.
What?
Hello.
Boss man, what are you doing?
Hello, boss man.
I'm tired, mate. Sorry, I just.
Mate, you took forever to respond. What the fuck?
He's like, Winslow. By the way, welcome to the stream. Winslow's only hope. Winslow's like he's gooning on you guys. Yeah, he really is.
I thought Rocket. I thought it was a pretty decent match. It did what it needed to do. I mean, the thing is, Rachel Rodriguez, or what her name is, needs to be like a main event talent because she's built like a British shit house.
She is main eventing though. That's the thing. They gave her she got a title shot on Monday. I think she should have won the title, but she's main eventing now. Like she is in it.
And I do feel that she's gonna probably. I think that maybe a face change will come. People were wanting Liv Morgan to turn face. I think Raquel should turn face.
I don't think either of them should turn face. I think
No,
that
I
they
don't
should
either.
keep doing what they're doing and let the crowd love them for that. Like it's like, like Eddie
Love to hate.
Guerrero. Yeah, like Eddie Guerrero. Like he does all sorts of heel stuff and Dominic, like they do all sorts of heel stuff and the crowd loves it. And it's just like keep doing it.
No, fair enough. I can't see her facing Raquel as a heel, not heel versus heel at Mania.
It could go to Mania. I mean, like, just like the thing is that like this whole like, but I don't think I want to see that. I want to see Becky versus Liv as a just a one off.
No, this is what's going to happen, boss man. Bianca Belair is going to come back.
Oh God.
Yeah, and Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill have got some unfinished business.
Yeah, I think Cargill. I think Bianca's going to show up. Either she's going to show up as a surprise entrant in the Elimination Chamber, or she's going to show up, or they're going to advertise her to show up in a qualifying match, and she's going to win it. Like one of the two. But okay, so let's kind of all right. So Drew McIntyre finally comes out. And he finally has the idea of not to go down the ramp. He comes out and stands on the commentary tables. And he responds to CM Punk and Roman Reigns, basically saying that, basically Raw has declared war on SmackDown. And you know what? Everything that Drew had said in this promo is like, he's like Thanos. Like he doesn't lie to you. He tells you like it is, and you just don't like to hear it sometimes. So one of the parts that I really laughed at this though is when he's listing off all of the legends that have held the WWE undisputed title, well, heavyweight title, whatever you want to call it. He's like Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold, The Rock, not Dusty Rhodes. I was just like,
I didn't pick up on that.
Oh man, I laughed so hard because I'm just like, oh my god, dude, like that actually was really funny because it's just Drew McIntyre doing Drew McIntyre stuff. Anything else from that? You guys have anything to add to, or?
It was a pretty decent promo. Basically, it solidifies why I love Drew McIntyre so much. Like his promos are amazing, and I think you shouldn't like him, but like the stuff he's saying, I mean, he's not wrong.
But that's what I'm saying. Like that let fans chant for good heels. You know what I mean? Like. Let heels do heel things and we can still cheer for them. It's like Stone Cold. Almost all the stuff Stone Cold did was heel stuff, but like they still cheered for him. You know what I mean?
Because he was a bigger heels.
I just feel I don't know. I just feel like wrestling needs to adapt and evolve from baby faces and heels now. Just make characters that are more shades of grey, and people can cheer them and boo them however they want. You can make a guy
100%.
You can make a guy who likes to come across as I love the fans, all that, and then he just heelish shit, like he's cheating to win and stuff like that, but still come out like he's a fucking baby face, even though he's doing skullduggery, and stuff like that. Like people need to, if you're popular with the fans, regardless of how you portray yourself. Then you should just run with that, and vice versa.
Like, I think that's one of the things that honestly, like that hindered Tiffany Stratton's run because, she was a heel. Then she kind of turned babyface, but she still kind of did the heelish things. Then they turned her flat, like when she got in the feud with Charlotte Flair, they turned her flat out babyface. And I'm like, no, like what she was doing before was working. So yeah, I agree with you. They do need to adapt. They need to make characters be characters and not, like, I hate to say it, but like not listen to the fan reactions and change it accordingly. You know what I mean? Like, don't make somebody a face just because fans are cheering for them. Keep them going the way they are.
Well, I mean, if it's a character development that happens naturally over time, because, like, for example, Stone Cold, while he was still kind of heelish, his attitude and his demeanor did change somewhat. Because to be more like I'm for the working man, to be like I'm all for myself. So there was that sort of like slight change of attitude, but it's still the kind of same character. And I think that's. See, I disagree with both of you. I think that heel and face are important because they're for telling stories. You need somebody that you don't like because it makes the story that they're telling more compelling. It's
Last
like,
time
it's
we've had face versus face. We've had even heel versus heel. You know, the matches can be good. You know, I remember Benoit and Angle when they were both heels. They had great matches. And
no,
I
no,
think it's
I'm not saying they can't. I'm just saying like it tells a good story if you've got two people that you're invested in, whether it be negatively or positively.
Yeah,
Then
but
you
why do
have
they
a
need
much
to be face or heel? If you have two people that just like you want them to go at each other, you know, like I want Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez to go to WrestleMania. I wanted Raquel to win the women's world title on Monday, and then it be Liv Morgan versus Raquel. But I don't want them to change either of them to face or heel or teach them the faces. I want it to be like like Shawn Michaels and Diesel back in the mid-90s, where it's like just make it that Liv Morgan has this insurmountable, immovable object to overcome, and she's not like changing her character to do it. She's still doing the same stuff. She's trash talking. She's just being, I don't know, annoying sometimes, but people love it.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, you guys ready for the main event? Randy
Yeah.
Orton versus Solo Sikoa versus Aleister Black. I don't have too many notes on this other than it was a decent match with a predictable outcome. And so my problem is that we've seen Solo Sikoa do really good matches. We've seen Aleister Black do tons of great matches. And we've seen Randy Orton do tons of great matches. But honestly, this match to me felt very like basic. Like this did not stand out to me at all. And honestly, Randy Orton winning just made it more predictable. And as I said, it kind of goes back to my thing about, look, if you want Orton in the chamber, that's fine, but put some suspense on it. As I said, like for the women, also have it for the men, where you have that losers battle royal, where like you have a battle royal from all the losers, and then the winner gets that last spot, and have Randy Orton win that. Then make it a story over the next couple weeks that Orton's trying, or put Orton in other matches or other triple threats throughout the till the paper.
Orton could have lost. Orton could have with Trick Williams at ringside. Orton could have lost this match.
Yeah, and you could have started the feud with Trick and Orton.
Yeah,
but we have to all whoop that clit, and I don't know, just. But yeah, so anyway, that
in my opinion, Aleister Black really needed to win this.
I agree with that.
Like I think Aleister Black in the chamber would have been good.
I think so too. I think he would have been like the Daniel Bryan and like the chamber, or Chris Jericho, just like that standout like superstar. He probably wouldn't win the chamber, but he would definitely be the one that would get their moment in the chamber.
Yeah.
Bossman, anything else to add to the main event?
No, I agree with you. It was kind of generic.
Yeah.
And I think Aleister Black could have done with the win. And the thing is that Randy Orton doesn't need the win. He's famous like 16-time world champion. He doesn't need to win. Aleister Black needs to win. He has only this year come back from.
He could have just pulled a scene and walked out and said, "I'm declaring myself for the Elimination Chamber."
Yeah,
he lost his feud with Damian Priest as well. He needed a good pick me up.
Yeah, he really did. Okay. Well, you guys normally do rankings.
Ratings. Sorry, I just want to say to the end of this match, I did like it. Yeah, RKO out of nowhere on Solo, but once again, this is my gripe with the MFT. Is like the MFT. Is it MFT or
MFT? My Family Tree.
Yeah, like their boss just lost, by looking like an idiot, to Randy Orton.
Mm-hmm.
And Solo's lost a few matches, recently. So,
and this is the guy who beat Cena cleanly at WrestleMania a couple years ago, didn't he? Like 38 or 37 or something.
So it wasn't Mania. It was some foreign. I think it was in Saudi Arabia. He fought him, but regardless, he still beat him. He still wherever he fought him, he still beat him, and nothing's come from this.
Well, I mean, from what I gather, their teeth weren't there because the whole thing with the White Six. The thing is that I agree with you, Tim. The White Six thing and the DMT things need to end.
Yeah. I don't mind the MFTs being together because I don't think any of those guys can get over on their own. I mean, except for maybe Solo.
No, like, I really don't. JC Mateo can. Because he's got. I mean, if you never seen,
he's a Samoan Rhino. You know what I mean? I thought he was Samoan.
No,
he's a Samoan. No, yeah, he's Samoan Ryan, dude. And
He's not
it
Samoan.
doesn't matter. Well, whatever he is, he's whatever nationality he is, he's that version of Rhino. And it doesn't matter. We've seen it before countless times. Yeah, you could be hot shit elsewhere. You come to WWE, you'll be lucky to be a mid carder. And Rhino was no different. Rhino was
Okay,
hot
he's
shit everywhere else.
Hawaiian. My bad.
Yeah, Rhino was hot shit everywhere else. He came to WWE, he didn't fucking achieve anything. You know, I know
Dude,
Sheffield
Rhino
wanted
was hot shit in TNA too. Like, holy, yeah,
yeah,
like, I mean,
yeah. So just because these guys come to WWE, you know, if you're not, if you know, Triple H doesn't find favor with you, he's no different to Vince McMahon in this case. Shit ain't happening, regardless of whether the fans fucking cheer you. It's like
yep,
a real poison chalice being taken over from Vince, isn't it? You end up,
yep,
you end up becoming him.
You end up
Yeah,
becoming the thing you hate.
yeah.
yep, Rhino. Anyway, so anyway, so Mark's, I'm gonna give this show a solid, and I mean, I'm gonna give this show a solid 7 out of 10. But again, I mean, 7 matches. Like, when I review Raw, I get 2.5 hours of Raw, and I get 3 matches, 4 matches at most. Like 7 matches. I felt like I was eating good this week. So maybe my judgment's a little skewed, but I'm definitely going to give this one a 7. I thought that the Drew McIntyre stuff was good, just at least progressed the story. I thought that the Cargill Liv more like that, you know, the Raquel Liv and Cargill Grace stuff at least progressed something in that department. And honestly, I think the tag title match to open it was pretty good, and the triple threats were, well, the first triple threat with the women was pretty good. So I don't know. I think it's a solid. I honestly feel like it's a solid 7 out of 10 at the very least. Zam, what do you think?
I never go into Raw and SmackDown now expecting to be blown away. These are just bog standard shows giving you bog standard shit just to basically prepare you for the next fucking pay per view. That's how I look at these shows now. But now and again, Raw and SmackDown should be able to give you a bit of a humdinger of an episode. Unfortunately for me, even though there were some good matches in this, it just still felt like an average SmackDown for me. So an average SmackDown gets an average mark, and the average mark is 5.
Okay, boss man.
I thought there was enough good matches in here to negate anything bad. I don't think there were any matches that I thought should be on here, or kind of apart from maybe the unfairly Kit Wilson playing squash match, which I thought shouldn't be here. But unfortunately, that's not the world we live in. I'm going to give it a 7 because of the good matches. But I do see where Zam's coming from. Like, because we've reviewed this last couple of weeks, it feels like the same as the last couple of weeks where there's been no progression in anything really, and I think that I think that's the problem.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, guys. Well, I guess that's it for this week's edition of SmackDown. I mean, you know, I have no problem joining you guys for SmackDown if I actually have a chance to watch the show before you review it, and but I can't guarantee I'm going to be on SmackDown every single week. But I did enjoy watching this week's SmackDown and taking notes and reviewing it with you guys. You know, so, but we also have Raw this upcoming Tuesday between me and D Jose and whoever else wants to join us. And next week, of course, is Starfleet Academy. Zam, do you have anything on the pipe for you?
I'm be honest with you, I'm not so sure, but I need to start watching that new Game of Thrones show. I do apologize, I haven't.
Night of the Seven Realms of it's called.
Yeah, it's Seven Kingdoms or some shit like that. Certain things have slipped my mind, but I mean, I'm sure there's some Marvel or Star Wars shows coming up soon that we will be reviewing.
Well,
not that I know of.
Daredevil, I think, will be coming out this year.
Wonder Man's just come on.
Daredevil's end of March.
Yeah, well, there you go. It's not too far. Wonder Man I've already reviewed. It's on the tube right now. But who knows? Maybe something, a film might come out or something like that might come out that tickled my fancy, and if I'm happy to, yeah, thank you, Winnie. I'll try to. It'll tickle my fancy, and then I will I'll definitely give it a review. I was hovering. I'm not sure if you guys saw it, man. I was battling the eyelids.
Oh yeah, I saw it.
Well, yesterday I met Simon Miller. Just giving myself a bit of a thing because he was wrestling at a show that I was a fan watching at. So that was good. And I had a photo with him, which will hopefully be up soon. And yeah, it was nice. What a nice bloke he is.
It looks like
Miller.
a skinny Ryback.
Simon Miller, by the way, yeah, the fact that he's not on one of the major shows is kind of funny. Like I heard that he could have been a wrestler for TNA, but that's not materialized.
No, he has wrestled once for him, but like he tends to wrestle for like UK.
No, once is not is once. You know, like it's a bit like Jushin Thunder Liger when he once fought on the WWE. He's only WWE match, but still somebody needs to get this guy. Like the guy is, you know, he's a recognizable wrestler who is not wrestling for one of the top companies. I'm just surprised by that.
Well, it's because you've got people like Logan Paul for doing it. That's why. They'd rather have scumbags than somebody who's actually a nice fella. Sorry.
Yeah, you make a good point. And by the way, I'm so upset that Rick B's not here because you know how he is being a pick-me. And on AEW last week, the fans were saying, fuck Ice, fuck Ice, fuck Ice. I can just imagine Rick B's heart being ripped in two.
No, it's like that bit. Do you remember the bit in The Simpsons where Ralph Hogan, you can see them with his heart breaking? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You know, he loves AEW. He's the fucking AEW mark. You know, which is fair enough. You know what I mean? Good for you. But that must have hurt. That must have hurt.
I like AEW. It's just that like I wish they had a consistently good show. Because
I don't mind him being an AEW fan. I mind him being a pedophile fan.
Yeah. A pedophile rapist fan. And I've mentioned so many times about Trump being a rapist and
just brush it under the rug.
I love the guy. I love the guy.
All right, guys. Well, let's wrap this up. Yeah. So, everybody out there in YouTube land, thank you very much for joining us here today. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe to NerdTube, the greatest YouTube channel you kind of maybe sort of heard of. And we will catch you guys.